Previously on Phil's Computer Lab. In the retro universe, two forces are squaring off against each other. Intel puts up the Pentium 4 running at 3.2 GHz and an A-open motherboard with Intel's 865 chipset. AMD responds with the Athlon XP, the top model, the 3200 Plus on a Gigabyte motherboard with VIA KT600 chipset. The battle lines were drawn and both processors gave it their all. Intel's Pentium 4 ended up winning the fight, but the war continues. Well, AMD is fighting back. A lot of you commented and asked me to use a motherboard with NVIDIA's nForce2 chipset. So this time we're using an 8-bit nFS7 with NVIDIA's nForce2 Ultra 400 chipset. Furthermore, I'm using faster memory with cache latency 2, tight memory timings and in dual channel mode. So let's find out if AMD can push back and take the win. Let's take a look at some benchmarks. First up, we got 3D Mark 2001 SE. Thanks to the nForce2, the XP 3200 Plus now scores just over 15,000 points. Here we have the scores for Aqua Mark III. It improved a little bit, but the Pentium 4 still has a decent lead. The trend continues in Code Creature Pro. The nForce2 also made an impact and the score improved a little bit. Let's take a look at some games. First up we have Serious Sam's Second Encounter, and we can see that the scores improved nicely and are now really close to the Intel Pentium 4. Doom 3 continues the picture. At the high resolution of 1600 by 1200 they are fairly even. At the lower resolution the Intel Pentium 4 can still distance itself a little bit. And finally we have Fear. This game is quite demanding, it's one of the newer Windows XP games. At the high resolutions there's not much difference, but at 640 by 480 we can see a bit of a difference. Once again the nForce2 makes an impact and the result is a lot closer to the Intel Pentium 4 than with the VIA chipset. Clearly NVIDIA's nForce2 chipset made a real difference. The results improved across the board and are now much closer to the Intel Pentium 4. The faster memory, however, actually didn't make much of a difference, but improved some of the scores a little bit. The 8-bit nFS7 has the additional 4-pin power connector, which makes it more compatible with newer power supplies. In the previous video, the Athlon XP 3200 Plus crashed in 3D Mark 2003 during the nature scene, and I received a lot of comments about this. Two of my viewers contacted me who experienced the same issue, and all three of us are using NVIDIA's GT6600. It turns out that an older driver version solves this problem. However, I feel it's still a bit of a concern. Maybe other games are affected as well, and on the Pentium 4 you do not run into this issue at all. With the nForce2, AMD got extremely close to the performance of the Pentium 4. Intel clearly isn't happy about that and is working on a response. So stay tuned for another episode of Intel vs AMD. Thanks for watching and I'll see you in another video soon.